Do you find that you get sluggish somewhere in midday? Maybe you even wake up feeling sluggish, just not kind of focused, and your energy's really low and you can't concentrate. Well, we're going to talk today about some energy maintenance that we can do to help that. Because one of the things to understand is, in the same way that the body is coming in contact with things all the time, and its sole purpose is really to break things down and get rid of waste. Like every part of your body is designed to get rid of waste product. Well, so is your energy system, right? It's meant to, because you're coming in contact with energy all day and you're producing energy all day. So that means that you're going to have a lot of waste product coming from outside of you and coming from inside of you. So we want to talk about ways that we can, little tips that we can take and spread throughout your day. So when you're starting to feel very sluggish, you can give yourself a little pep. So one of those things is, what happens is you get a little backed up with the energy detox that's going on. Kind of like if you get a little backed up in your digestive system, and you know how you don't really feel very good, and it really does affect the way that the mind works, because the mind needs a lot of energy. And so we're going to work with 4 points. I'm just going to teach you how to do 4 tapping points. And 2 of these points are going to be, we're going to be tapping on meridian points. And the simple idea of what a meridian is it's just lines of energy that run through the body. So you can compare that to veins, how veins and arteries are carrying blood and oxygen and nutrients through the system. The meridians are carrying energy, right? So we want to keep those flowing and moving for you. So we're going to utilize a couple of the, in the same way that your detox organs, kidneys, liver, those kinds of things, detox for you. We're going to use those meridian points too, because that energetically detoxes for you. And then we're going to use a couple immune points, and that's just going to get your whole system pepped up and going. So the first point that we're going to use is the kidney point, and this is going to be the end point on the kidney meridian. And if you just find your little collarbone right here, right, that sticks out, and you put your fingers on that and you follow it down a little bit, you're going to find that little dip that comes in here, right? So if you place your fingers on there and you just drop down underneath it, there's that little divot that goes underneath there. You can use all of your fingers, so you don't have to, the meridian point's going to be very small, but you can use all of your fingers to just make sure that you get that entire point, okay? Now you can tap as lightly or as vigorously as you like to. I really like to vigorously tap. Feels good to me, right? I just get that energy moving and get that energy going. So that's going to be the first tap. That I'm going to take these bracelets off because they're going to interfere with the sound here. So you're going to tap that first kidney meridian, and you want to breathe while you're doing this, right? So get that oxygen moving through the system. So as you're tapping, it doesn't have to be forever or any specific period of time. It's not like you have to do it for 30 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever feels good, right, for you. The second point is going to be right if you go right between where the breasts are and you go right at where the throat is, and you just meet in the middle there. It's going to be right on the top of that sternum bone there. And this is the thymus point. So this is going to really work with getting that immune system going and moving. And you're going to do a little bit of tapping on there. The next point that we're going to use is the spleen points, which are on this side, so they could maybe be a little bit difficult for people to access. But if you go right about where the nipple point would be and you move around onto the side, most people, you're going to find that it's really sore there a lot of the times, okay? You can tap it this way. You can also kind of cross over and tap it this way, so whatever works best for you. But you're going to give that a good tap, and like I said, that's probably going to be sore for most people, okay? That's just showing that you're not moving that waste through the energetic system very well. And then the final point is going to be the liver point, which is underneath the breast. So if you go down about where the nipples would be and you go underneath right there, you're going to find that there. Again, you can just use all of your fingers and do all of the tapping, so you don't have to worry about getting that small point. So it's going to look, I'm going to walk you through it, and it's going to look like this, okay? And you're going to be breathing and you're going to be staying focused with it. I already feel better, just I haven't even done it yet. All right, ready? So we're going to tap the kidney points. The thymus point. Spleen point. and the liver point. Okay. And if you just did that with me, you should be all tingly. Your whole body should feel tingly. That's an indication that we've really moved that energy. When you tap on a meridian point, what it does is that tapping like jiggles it and shakes it, right? So anything that's getting stuck and stagnant in there starts to move. So that's what we want to always have is movement going through the system. You can do this as many times a day as you want to do it. I do it any time that I start to feel very sluggish, especially if you're sitting at a computer for long periods of time. A lot of people have jobs where they do that. Your breathing falls pretty shallow, and as your breathing falls pretty shallow, then your oxygen levels drop a little bit, and then the energy movement starts to slow down a little bit for you. So give that a try and see how that feels for you. Do it as many times a day as you want to do it, and remember to always be breathing in there because that's going to help detox you too.